So I wanted to make this video to basically kind of show some things to look for as far as getting some rims. So I hope you do learn something here. So let's get started. So one thing is the valve stems. So making sure that you have those valve stems, also the bolts and what the bolt pattern of the rims are, along with also even the width of the rim, just to make sure it does fit properly on your car. Here, starting with the bolt pattern here and the bolts, basically here I do have conical bolts or cone seat bolts. That's what fits these particular rims. The ones that came on my stock rims were ball seat bolts, so they kind of have a rounded kind of a seat to them that leads up to the actual grooves for the screw. So here, this is more of a cone shape, so that is why they got their names there. With these particular bolts, they are wobble bolts, so basically they're able to shift around while the cone area is seated in one place that's able to be pulled and situated onto the rim properly, so that it's properly adhered or properly together as far as with that rim. I had to get that because the bolt pattern of these rims are 114.3, while my original stock rims are 112. So I needed that so that it can kind of shift around and seat properly, even though the rims are a slightly different bolt pattern. The reason why this works is because a lot of these custom rims may be made to be used on multiple different cars, so the actual holes for those bolts are bigger, so they can kind of shift around and still be able to seat properly there with your rims there. Now also, one other thing to kind of take into account is the valve stem. Here, all I had to do was add the valve stem. I didn't have to add anything such as the TPMS monitoring sensors because my car doesn't have that. So you need to make sure that your vehicle has or doesn't have the TPMS monitoring sensors so that you can appropriately buy those sensors or avoid buying them if they're not needed. So basically, since I don't have those sensors, what my car does is it uses the ABS system, the anti-lock braking system there, to judge the speed of each wheel, and if one wheel going at a different rate that they should be going, it will actually tell you that a tire may be flat, simply due to the fact that it's moving at a different rate as the rest of the three tires. Basically with that, I don't ever have to replace any TPMS monitoring sensors or have to get them transferred from my previous rims to these new ones. So that was a little bit of cost savings there, just simply because of the way my car is set up. With these, I think they fit really well because of the offset, which these rims are 35 when the stock were 51 offset. These rims poke out a little bit better and with the fender and kind of flow a little better with the car, in my opinion. Also, I didn't get the car lowered, so I'm glad I didn't, because I think if I did that prematurely, it may have begun scrubbing once I got these particular rims. Another thing to take into account is the fact that you may need some hub-centered rings that just basically make it easier so that you're able to put the rims onto your car more easily, even if you had to interchange the tires for whatever reason, such as a flat tire or something like that. You're able to place them onto the rim properly and situate it properly. So yeah, as far as the rims are concerned, I do like the way they look. These were only $744 after adding up some of the other things such as the valve stems and the bolts to the rims. The cost there, I believe that might have been less than the $940 something dollars that was being asked of these rims. So I'm glad at how it turned out. I think it was a little bit cheaper. I mean, I did still end up getting some new tires, so there was extra cost there, but only because my tires were kind of going out anyway. Of course, with any of these subjects, there are some other people who may be able to explain further in depth, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea and just kind of bring up some of those topics so that you know what to look for with buying some rims, rather than having to find out different topics to then look for and research. So I hope you like the video, and if you like it, please subscribe and look at some of my other videos and continue to see the world through my lens.